Now we are live. Welcome to DD Kenya. Today is the doing hour of code, and our able presenters, DD Kenya reader Fred Sagwe. We have DD Deda, Chris, and DD Nakuru co-reader Kalisati Pachwang. So today we start with Grace, and then later I will present, and then the final Kalisati will finish. Welcome. Thank you.
Okay, hi everybody. I will make a start. So first of all, I would just like to say a big thank you to GED Kenya for allowing me to share this celebratory event of Computer Science Education Week with you. So thank you very much for letting me join in this celebration. Just to let everybody know who I am, my name is Kira Stapleton. I am the GEG Jeddah leader, so from Saudi Arabia. And I'm going to be speaking to you today just about investing in Chromebooks, using Chromebooks for coding, using Chromebooks for gaming, using Chromebooks especially for Minecraft. And I will just mention CS first. So just to get us started, for anyone who is unfamiliar with using Chromebooks, I would just like to say, for whether you are joining us as a school leader, as an administrator, a student, a parent, a teacher, anyone in our GED community, this is a short summary of why you should invest in a Chromebook. So the benefits of using Chromebooks. They simplify the use of a laptop, and it's streamlined for what's actually deemed as essential use. Chromebooks are really, really intuitive and user-friendly, and they're so great for students or adults who are first-time users of laptop devices, no matter where you are in the world. So as you'll see from my slides, over 40 million users have been using Chromebooks this year, which is incredible. The Chromebooks, as I've just shown you for mine, they come in all different shapes and sizes. They are a lot more affordable than other laptop devices, and they take a lot less maintenance, so they're brilliant. They can run completely on Chrome, so it means they have better battery life than what you would usually have on a laptop or desktop device. They're lighter, they're more compact, which means they're great for student and educator use. And everything is done within Chrome, which means that you have a backup and restore capability built in. It's all built in with the cloud. What else about Chromebooks? So now you can run the full Microsoft Office suite on Chromebook because you can get the Office online Chrome web store. This is great for educators, this is great for students, this is great for people studying. And you also have the capabilities to work online and offline. So you can run many applications like Google Drive, Kindle, Gmail, Calendar. You can run all of these things online and offline. If you're not using it as an educator, but you're using it as a parent, then there is lots of information online about the proper uses and capabilities of Chromebooks. And the Family Link app from Google helps you set up the correct use for children, young people, and students who might be using Chromebooks at home. Also, something really, really good and useful about Chromebooks, their online security is fantastic. They aren't susceptible to viruses in the same way laptops and desktop devices are. Because of sandboxing that's enabled by Google, it means that your online searching and your online use is a lot safer and you're free from virus inceptions. Okay, so using Chromebooks in a creative way. So as we now are moving into the digital age of learning, there's different ways that people can use their Chromebooks for photo editing, video editing, creating images, designing tools, making your own web pages, video streaming, which is huge right now, as we are live right now, and music streaming. There's so much that you can do on Chromebooks as you would with a normal laptop or desktop device. Coding. So this is something really, really cool that we're looking at as educators, and especially at the moment while we're celebrating Computer Science Week. So Chromebooks are the ideal resource to use for coding. They offer the same capabilities as a laptop, but on a more compact and easier to use device. So educators might already be familiar with the 2D, lots of teachers and educators use Scratch. But Minecraft, which I will come on to next, gives coding a 3D experience. I've just put on here about Linux beta, and this allows you to develop software on your computer. So it gives Chromebook the capability to run games online as opposed to download and install them. You can use Chromebooks for Scratch, and it's all available on the browser, as well as games that have coding capabilities. So for gaming on Chromebooks, lots of different Chromebooks now, as well as the traditional looking like a laptop, they also have a keyboard function or a tablet function, which is fantastic. And you are able to game on Chromebooks. So you can see that I've just put some images there as an example and selection of some of the Android applications you can now get on Google Play Store, which means that you're able to access things like English resources and maths resources like Smart Riddles and Sudoku to your heart's content. So there's all of the Android games, and it takes away needing to use a smartphone because you can do it all on your Chromebook. So just a side note that as with anything online for children, students and young people, you do need to monitor what apps are being downloaded, but there are loads of educational applications that can be used online and offline. So it's accessible everywhere and to everyone. I know that at the moment as a teacher, my students love Among Us, and it gives different capabilities and strategies for unique problem solving. So this is really, really good use of getting students engaged across their learning experience, and you can do it all through Chromebook. This is what is really, really exciting and new about Chromebooks. So Minecraft is the biggest selling game of all time. And you and your children, your students, your colleagues might already be familiar with this tool. You might be familiar with this game. But if you didn't know, Minecraft now have an education edition. And this appeals to all types of learners, your visual, auditory, kinesthetic, all types of learners and students. This is a brilliant program for educators. It's all in the same place, and it's a really intuitive resource to use. So the Minecraft Education Edition can be set up through your school administration or on personal accounts that parents would need to oversee. Now, Chromebooks weren't originally designed for gaming, but you can run now Minecraft on Chromebook. So especially for the Hour of Code 2020, there are lesson plans provided, and you can find all of these resources online. I had a look at this, and it's actually brilliant because some of the learning objectives included in the Hour of Code 2020 on the lesson plan, the outcome for the lesson includes diversity and inclusion. So it's looking at your broader curriculum as well as coding solutions and sequences. So it's really, really breaking down what coding is into problem solving in precise instructions. It's brilliant. Also, as an educational tool, it can be used for beginners, so people who are new to coding and new to gaming. Instead of using Python to do your coding, you can use MakeCode blocks, which makes Minecraft really, really accessible for all users. As we know, with using coding apps and gaming apps, it's fantastic for multitasking, problem solving, hand-eye coordination, dexterity, touch type skills. It's a brilliant resource to use and really, really engaging for our students and young people. Also, on the Education Edition, when you reach the story sections of Minecraft, there's now an immersive reader which brings up the text, and also at the click of a button, it can read aloud for you what's happening in the story. So it's fantastic for its accessibility for all of our learners. So this is something that's new and really, really exciting for Chromebooks, the use of Minecraft. And it's something that I'm going to explore with my students on their Chromebooks while they are in school. Fred and Clarice are going to continue to explain to you a little bit more about the Computer Science First curriculum developed by Google. But this is something else that is great for our students to access for computer science, for the Hour of Code 2020. But it's a Google resource that can be accessed on Chromebooks. And this is more about us showing our young people, our colleagues, that we don't just have to be consumers of technology, but we can be creators and we can be a part of this development in our digital age and our digital literacy. So this is just an overview for you about the benefits of Chromebooks, why they're a fantastic resource. They are cheaper, they're more compact, and they are accessible for all types of users. And we can now use gaming and educational applications online, as well as really exciting using Minecraft too. So I hope that that's given you just an oversight of how you can use your Chromebooks and the benefits of using them for coding and gaming. This isn't a deep dive, it's just an introduction to give you an idea about how you could use it for your students, your children, and your young people. So I hope that you found that useful and beneficial. And I'm Kira Stapleton from GEG Jeddah. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, I will pass back on to Fred and Clarice. Thank you kindly.
Thank you very much, Jedida, the leader of GG Kenya. We are very much humble for the presentation and at least for giving us that insightful and a very informative information about the Chromebooks. And one thing that I've really learned is that Chromebooks, despite of them being that small size, they are unable to be affected or infected by the antivirus. So what I will really do, I will take you through the CS first, or I really don't know if Fred wants to take it over, is when I go through the CS first. Fred, how do you want
thank
it?
you, Clarice. I think I should do the book CS Unplugged, and then we can finish.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, DJ Jeddah, for the job well done. And so far, so I'll just go straight because of time and share my screen, and then we work on that. Yeah, because of time, we of course we should remember that today we are having the Computer Science Education Week, and these are our presenters, from DG Jeddah, DG Kenya, and DG Nakuru. This is the host, Fred Sagwe from Kenya. And today's agenda, we should know what is the computer science, just a brief. What's Computer Science Week, Hour of Code, the CS First, Scratch, and then of course we do the Computer Science and Unplugged. Okay, so most of you want to ask yourself what's computer science, because this is one of the challenges most of us have. They ask, and there's a good guy who has just done a simplification, and they have said that just computer science just belongs to every public school. So computer science can be like biology, chemistry, or algebra. That is of course a STEM. So computer science is just a science itself, the way you just take biology, chemistry, or algebra. And when we ask ourselves what's computer science, this is one of the best things, that it is a discipline and a practice. That is what you have to understand. And the most important about it is that it is a problem-solving skill that is applicable or through other disciplines. And it is done everywhere. So when you talk about WhatsApp, talk about social media, the internet, you talk about robotics, all those are under computer science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all those are. So when we're just giving, you should have a good definition of what computer science is. And there's also another skill which is also known as computational thinking, which is also one of the most fundamental skills of a computer scientist. And so we head straight to Computer Science Week, and that is our agenda this week. So we ask ourselves, what is Computer Science Week? So this is done actually to inspire high school students, but we're not saying we restrict ourselves to high school. It can be done even because we have coding programs which are done for primary kids. So this is done for high school in this particular case, K-12, that is Form 4 in Kenyan standard, to run computer science, advocate for equity, and to make sure that everyone is involved, not only a male child, even a girl child. Everybody is involved in our code and computer science. So teachers, parents, and all the partners. So when we'll be talking about Google, for example, Google is a partner, which advocates this one, and the one we are doing computer science and CS First is under Google. So that we see that our partners are also advocating for computer science. And now people ask, what is hour of code? So you have to understand what's meant by hour of code. So when we talk about hour of code, this is 1 hour. Of course, today I don't know if you can do 1 hour of code because we were supposed to restrict ourselves, but because it means all of us we should be supposed to do 1 hour. Actually, it's supposed to be 1 hour, but today I don't know if you can forgive us. So when we talk about hour of code, we mean we are doing introduction, basic ABC, 1 to 3, to demystify code so that anybody can run. So we are not saying that the hour of code is meant for computer science students, everybody. So a brief description was computer science is a STEM subject. So when we talk about STEM subjects, we talk about biology. Computer science is applied in biology, is applied in chemistry, is applied also in physics. You remember this week, there's a program from Google in London. It's called AlphaGo. So AlphaFold did code one of some marvelous thing which has dogged the biologists for a long time. So you can now code the DNA and using artificial intelligence. So you see now the how of code is being applied, computer science is being applied in biology. So what the AlphaFold did, something which is for 50 years has not been able to work. So our today's program, which of course our co-presenter and able Gigi Nakuru Corrida will do, we're going to do CS First. And that is CS stands for computer science, and First is a program under Google. So it's one of the programs which are under Google, which code with Google. But there are so many, because you can even get Python and other stuff. So there's a link there for a source, because we share. Of course, we share these resources later. So when we talk about CS First, this is one of the Google products which is going to promote computer science, and is one of the programs which Google has. Now, so what's the background of Google CS First? So Google CS First is coming from scratch. So using a Scratch platform, which our GG Corrida from Nakuru will amplify. And as you can see from the screenshot, this is a matter of drag and drop. So she will just talk about the interface later. But what we mean is that the CS First comes from Scratch. And Scratch is a project from MIT. That is made at MIT University. And there's, so if you're good in conversant with Scratch, then that is it. The Google CS First just would be a walkthrough. So the Google CS First comes from Scratch. We're using Scratch as one of fundamental building blocks. Now, my case today was about CS Unplugged. So as you can see on the screen, we are talking about computer science without a computer. So most of you tend to think that when someone is talking about computer science, you should have a computer, you should have a robot, you should have something advice. We're having a situation where, and we are very fortunate this year that Google did have some activities. So something called CS Unplugged. So CS Unplugged is you can do computer science minus having gadgets, minus having computer devices. That's the essence of this. So we have something called CS Unplugged. That's computer science without a computer. That is the simplest explanation. So now, as you can see, this was a tweet from Google. And what it said, when we want to do this hour of code, your students must not, or does not necessarily mean that they should have an internet connection. So it's not a must. That's why we're talking about Unplugged. So hour of code 2020, CS Unplugged, you're talking about where you want to do a computer science program minus having a computer, minus having the internet. Like now Google CS First requires us to have an internet connectivity. but you can also download some of the activities so that you work them later. But in this hour of code, which is just fast, Unplugged, we don't need it's not necessary to have an internet. It's not necessary to have devices. That's the essence of it. And so the question comes here: why should people have Google CS fast? That's the question now coming. Why should we have? So remember, like when in Africa, you know our problems. We have challenges to do with devices. We have penetration, internet penetration. We're also talking about bundles. You people talking about broadband, or cannot afford our broadband and other stuff. So the reason why they said people, you can't stop running computer science because we don't have all those. So we said the best way for us was to make a way where we could teach computer science minus having internet or computers. So CS Unplugged is a collection of free teaching materials that teaches computer science through games, puzzles. You know, when you feel something like in a crossword, you are using cards, pencils, crayons, and also even running. You can even walk. Like when doing computational thinking, you can walk around. So those are one of the activities which work there. So these are one of the materials here, and maybe I can just try and click this link so you can read and see some of the materials you have here. And so you can see there's a material here. I just have to look. There's an overview. There's a source. So we don't mind. We'll share the links later. But these are the links. So because it's Unplugged, of course, you can't say that there's an activity you want to do here. But this is one of the activities they put here. There's a network enabled. You can encode with an emoji, and there's also send a secret message. Those are one of the things you want to do. But those are some of the materials. So the link is here. We'll be sharing the resources. There's also this encoded with the emoji. So if, for example, I can just throw it up and see what we can have. And of course, and then there's also a video on the same. And those are links, of course, for CS Unplugged. There is a booklet for the activities, but the essence here, we are saying, for example, if I can just check on this one, the activity booklet. There's just a link. Let me see if I can share this one. Okay. So because of time, and the idea here is about teaching computer science Unplugged. We will share on our chat below. We'll share these links so that it'll be easier for you to follow them and work, because there's also a lesson plan and an activity on the same, so that you can work. So there also there are so many resources here on the same, which of course, but maybe we can, if class will be done, I can just go back again and maybe show one of the links here, like the activity booklet. We can see what to do. So thank you, and we can follow also DG Kenya. We have a Twitter handle here on the same, and a Google group. So back to my co-presenter, Clarence.
Thank you very much, Fred, for that information. You will now allow me to share my screen because of the time, so that I can just take you through the CS first. And then by the end of the presentation, I really believe that we'll be able to understand what it entails. So just allow me to share my screen.
I stopped sharing my screen. You can share.
I believe that
you can try to share.
Yes. Are you able to see my screen, Fred? Yes, I've shared. I've shared my screen. Is it okay?
I stopped sharing my screen, so you are free.
Yes, can you check on my screen? Are you able to see my screen on your end?
We don't see it yet.
Are you able to see it? Then let me go back here. Fred, Fred, click on my screen. You're the host.
So you are supposed to share your screen. It's okay.
Yes, I'm sharing, but click on your screen. Click on the share screen. Allow my screen is down there. It's in backstage. Click on it. I'm waiting for you, Fred.
Have you tried to share your screen?
Yes, I've tried to share, but unless you click on it, it's already shared, unless you click on it on your end. Check on the backstage where you clicked on that. You just find that screen, hour of code down there. Oh. Yes, let's be patient. I'm waiting for Fred to click on my screen. Okay, thank you very much. I will now be able to share my screen. And what we are doing today is just the hour of code, the way Fred has said it. And so just as the Fred has said, Clarice. Oh, sorry, what is happening? Sorry, I'm Clarice. I'm a co-leader of Gigi Kenya in Nakuru. Yes, and the topic that I'll handle is just Google CS First, which Fred has tried to give us some introduction part of it. So I will really not waste a lot of time giving the introduction part of it. So we have, these are the major things that I really want us that by the end of the session, we are able to do. We should be able to sign in as teachers. And then once we have signed in as teachers, we should be able to create a class. Once we have created the class, we give the students the code to sign in. And our aim here is to make sure that the students are able to navigate into the interface for the CS First. And just as Fred said, we are going to use the Scratch for us to be able to do the CS First. So just I will say that CS First is just a Google free, ready to teach introductory to computer science, which Fred told us. And mostly we are dealing with the high schoolers. And that's why you see it's from age 9, maybe to 14, or maybe even from age 9, we can go up to 17, because that is our age in this side. So we will be able to show them on how to carry out an activity in CS First, which means that we are just trying to introduce them into coding in a simpler way by just adding blocks and able to come up with a project. So when you want to sign in as a teacher, it is very easy. When you really want to sign in as a teacher, it's very easy. What you will do is that you'll go to your browser And when you go to your browser, you will just go and type g.co.cs first. Okay, the word dialogue is here because I placed it here because that is what we will be dealing with. So, but if you just type g.co.cs first, it will take you to the first page. So in the first page that you will see some images like the one that I have here. So you will just click here. And another thing is that when you choose sign in, you must have a Gmail account. So once you click on if you click on the sign in, your Gmail account will be there. And what will happen, you want to join a zoo or you want to sign in a zoo. So you find we have two options. You can either be a student or you can either be a teacher. But currently we are interested on signing in as a teacher. So you will automatically click where is indicating I am a teacher. And when you click on you are a teacher, you will be asked to choose your email address or enter your Gmail address. And I'm insisting we are using the Gmail address to sign in. So once you have already entered your Gmail address and it has been authenticated, that is the right one, this is the interface that you will see. So you have already signed in and your area of interest is now to create a class for your student. You will just go and find this option here written create a class. Click on it. And when you click on it, it will give you several activities because just as the way Fred said, when we deal with CS First, we really have several activities that we are carrying out. So we can make stories. That one is we talk of storytelling. We can have music. We can have some art. So there are several activities depending with the age of the student. Like for our case study here, we will concentrate on a dialogue. So after you have created a class, yes, the most important thing is now you check in on the code. So when you are given, the teacher will be given a code. Like now I had created one here called Blessed One. So my code is this. So once you have been given that code, and I will really want us to take note, especially when it comes to code, because if you forget that code, you will not be able to introduce your student or give them the code when they are joining your class. I hope we are moving together. So once there, you have already copied the code and you have the code with you. So you want to join the CS First or the Scratch as a student. So you will now, when you click on sign in, this is still the same interface that will come in. And when this interface come in, you will now go and click the option, I am a student. And once you have already chosen you are a student, there are two types of students. There's that student who had already joined in earlier. That is the person we refer to as return student. And there is also that student who want to join as a new student. So that is the student we will really refer to as a new student. So when you click on the new student here is whereby you will now be asked to enter the code of the teacher, the code of the class that you really want to join. And once you have entered that particular code, you will go to the class and now start carrying that particular activity. So that is how we do it, and thank you. So what I just want to do, I just want us to do it practically so that you can see how we normally do the CS First, how the interface is, how I'm navigating it. And if you really have a question about it, please feel free to ask the question on the chat section. So I will just go I'll just click on this one and I will join. I just want to click on this to be able to join. I will copy that and then maybe I'll just come and open a new tab. Just the way I said, now this is my browser. So in this particular browser, here is whereby now you type what I said, you type Google CS First. So when you type Google, like this one will take me directly to dialogue because that is what I'm interested in. But if you are a teacher, I will remove that dialog so that I can show you where you are supposed to be. So when I just type on that, you'll find that it will take me to the CS First direct. So let's give it time as it loads. Yeah. So this is the screen that you are seeing. So this is the first interface. Once you type the right URL here, this is the very first interface that you'll always see. So you can just navigate on it and you can see the blocks, just the way the blocks are being added here, and the videos are there and all this. So you can really navigate during your free time, so long as the most important, Fred will post this particular link. The most important is you have the right URL, so you can do it sometime later on. So I will sign in by just the way I told you. I'll come and click sign in. Yeah, so when I click on sign in, what takes place here? This is what now I was telling you. If you are a student, you'll choose the option, I am a student. And if you are a teacher, you will choose in the option as I am a teacher. So being that I am a teacher, I will now choose the option, I am a teacher. Yeah. And that's what I told you. Immediately you choose the option, you are a teacher, it will take you to this particular place where you choose which account. And remember, I've told you we go with the Gmail. So you'll just come and click. I will click on my email account. That is the teacher. That is my email account. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit time to load. Yeah, so once it comes in, being that it's not my first time, I'd already registered. That's where you see, it has taken me directly to my account. But if it is your first time to sign it as a teacher, there are those survey form and everything that you will fill in to sign in as a teacher. So I want to create a class. My objective is I want to create a class, and this class of mine, I want to call it CSEdWeek. So what I will do, yes?
Clarice, please share again your side. It's showing the presentation, so you have to go back again and share and get inside.
It's all right. Thank you, Fred. Okay. Oh, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay. Is it really okay now, Fred? Are you still seeing only the presentation? Hello, Fred.
We don't see your presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred, then Fred, allow me, allow what I'm presenting now on the screen. Thank you very much. Yeah. So just allow me to just repeat the entire process, because it's like I was doing it and I was sharing the wrong slide. So I did say the most important is you have the right URL. And the right URL that I'm having here is the cs.that. So when you type that, it will take you to the first screen. Yes. So in this particular screen, when it takes you on this particular screen, you now, when it takes you here, I'm already signed in. Let me log out. Let me sign out so that you can allow me to log out. Yes, so I think now it is okay. Yeah, so what happens is this: when you want to sign it for the CS First, immediately you have entered the URL. This is the first page you will see. So in this first page, you'll just see what you are interested in. You must sign in. Just told you, you must. I will click on the sign in. Yes, so once you want to sign in, Yeah, this is the screen that comes in. You are either a student or a teacher. But for my case, I am a teacher, so I will choose I am a teacher. And then immediately you choose I'm a teacher, they will really want to verify it with your Gmail account. So I will click here, my email account. And if it finds that I'm true, it will automatically take me to my account. If that Gmail account has been verified, the CS First will take me automatically to my Gmail account. So let's just give it some time. It's taking a little bit time to log in, yeah? So you are realizing if you check here, this is my page because I'd already created some class initially. So my area of interest is to create a new class. So what do? I come and choose create a class. And when I want to create a class, I have to give it the name of the class. So my name of the class, I want to use CodeWeek. I just want to say CodeWeek. Yeah, because I'm just using this as an example, I'm going to use it as a CodeWeek. And then what I will do, I will check the color. Maybe I love purple, so I will pick purple as my color. And when I pick purple as my color, I will choose, it will go and create for me a class. So give it time for it to create class, to create for me my class. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I was trying to say. And I really want to ask my viewers to be my presenters, please. So make sure you open another URL and then you'll just type when I'll be asking you to join my class. So make sure when we'll be asking you to join my class, I'll just ask you to type that particular code, which is 5, K, and all these are lowercase, K, P. I'm talking of B for boy. So we'll have 5, K, B for boy, P for purity, V for violet, and 9. So this will be my code that you will be able to join my class once we reach on that. So once I've already done that as a teacher, you can see the name of my class is here. And it's also showing me currently I have no one who has signed in. So I will really request you to go to csfirst.withgoogle.com and then join us as student. Join us as student, please. Go to csfirst.withgoogle and then join us as student, because if you have joined under sign here, it will show me the number of students who have joined using this code. So me as a teacher, I've already created the class. So the next thing that I want to do is the major thing that I'm supposed to be doing, which is creating an activity. So I will add activity. And just the way, like now you see in this particular class of mine, is telling me I don't have any activity. So if I really don't have any activity, I must add an activity. So I will come here and choose add a CS activity for the student to work on. So I will click on that option. Yeah, so when I choose on that option, you find that all these are activity. There's characterization, there's an interactive presentation, but my activity that I want to add, I will choose the dialogue. Because that is what we are going to use, I will choose add dialogue. Yeah, so it is asking me this particular activity that It's called Dialogue. These are all classes that I've created. I have Dialogue, I have Blessed Word, I have CodeWeek, I have music, I have storytelling. So it is really asking me all these particular classes that I've created. Which one do I really want to add this dialogue into? So I will choose CodeWeek, and then I will say add. So it will ask me if I really want to view the class or I want to view the curriculum. So for now, because of time, we are not going to view the curriculum, but you as a teacher, it's always advisable to view the curriculum to really know what you are supposed to be doing or what you're supposed to be taking your student through. So I will choose view my class. Yeah, it's taking a little bit of time, but we'll just have to be patient. Yes. And if you check on this, it's talking of figurative language. So when you choose on this particular, it means this. And if what I want you to know, what I really want you to know is that if you check here, you can now check, you can now see that 2 students has already joined. Initially, I had no students. So here it's telling me 2 students have really joined my class. So I can still go and click on add an activity. Yeah, so all these, but we really don't want, I just wanted to show you what my area of interest here is that we really have several activities. So mostly we have that, and I can even decide to add on that again, add that activity. Yeah, I'm just showing you what we can do, and then you choose on add, and then I will say add on that activity. So you'll see it will ask me all these things. If I want them printed and all that, I will just say I want to print them on my own. Yeah, and then I say view the class. Yeah, so that one really shows you that I have in that particular, in this class, I've already now changed it, the activities here. So, but we have 2. You can either decide to either work as a storytelling. Here shows you have 8 activities. Here shows me what we are interested. We're only going to carry the 2 activities because here is whereby we are supposed to be dealing with. So with my 2 students, and I'm requesting, I believe we are many, please go to csfirst.withgoogle.com. Type this number 5K. Fred, you can help me in the chat section by typing that one so that you pin the csfirst.google and then plus the code so that we can have more than 2 students in my class. So once I'm done like that, I will be able to see the progress of my student who has finished the activity. Yes?
Please repeat the code so I can.
Oh, the code.
Yeah.
Okay, the code. Okay, the code is 5K B P V.
So 9. For boy. Sorry.
Yes. 5. Let me start. 5. K for Ken. Yeah. B for Ben. P for purity. V for violet, and 9.
B and 9.
V then 9. And if there's somebody who has the code, maybe you are following us live, please, you can also help me by just typing that code on the chat section. Copy the link and plus the code. So, and advise them to join us, student. Yeah. So that is it. And I think now I've already done what the teacher was supposed, as per the objective, I've already done what the teacher was supposed to be doing. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to show you how our students now join. Maybe that one. So if you have the code with you, Please, I'll repeat. If you have the code with you, please keep it, because this is the time we are now going to see on how you are supposed to be joining. Yeah, so I will sign out. Now I'm no longer a teacher. I want now to act as a student. Yes. So once I signed out, the URL still remain for the student when you want to join as a student. So you will type CS first, no space, .withgoogle.com, and it will automatically take you to this. So I want to sign in as a student. So I will click on sign in. Yes. And when I click on sign in, now I will not choose the option of I am a student. I will choose the option I will not choose the option I'm a teacher. I'm going to choose the option I am a student. So I will click on that. Yes, and we just have to give it time to load a little bit. So when it comes to that particular point, what you're supposed to be doing is we are not returning students. We are new students. So I will click here, enter the class code provided by the teacher. This is what I was telling you. So here is whereby now I want you to type your 5, and then it was K. I remember it was on lowercase. It was K. It was B. It was P, it was V, and 9. So I will say next. Yeah, so it is telling you the class code is that, and the name of your class is called Code Week, and your teacher will be Madam Clarice. So being that the teacher is the one who gave you the code, you just accept and say join. Yeah, so once you have joined, you have to be very keen. The CS first is very important. They will always remind you that, and they normally use CS to stand for computer study, and then they will give you number. Like now, this is the class that I will use when I'll be doing the activity. It will be CS 523673 and then 8. So this one you should not forget. Just as when we are teaching people about security, you forget your username and your password, forget about your account. So this is something that is very important. And even if you have joined a class as a new student, make sure, and that's why you find here it's really telling you, you see the sign-in is deactivated. If you want to make sure, yeah, you are telling them you have already written the password, like mine, I've already written that one, and you have already also written your username. CS, like mine is CS 52 36 73 and 8, and then my password is 28 waterfall. I will say yes, I've written it, and then I will say keep me signing in the CS first on this device. But if you are using a public device, I will advise you don't click the checkbox for keep me signing on this device, because if you choose that one, it will keep your password and anybody can come in and use it. But because this is mine, this device is mine, I will request them to keep me signing in this particular device, and then I will sign in as a student. So it's taking a little bit of time, but we just have to be patient with it. Yes, if you are very, very keen now, you will see I've already signed in. And here initially, when I had signed initially, I was a teacher. Here it was right, there was my profile picture and there was a teacher. But now I've signed in as a student. So once I've signed in as a student, these are some of the activities that I want us to do. So you have already signed in as a teacher, as a student, and Now you go directly to the activity that you're supposed to be carrying. And there are some 2 activities that I'm supposed to be completing here. So what I will do, the beauty of the CS Fast is that it will really give you time to do your activities well. And also, it will always give you some videos to watch. So for example, my area of interest, because of time, I'm only supposed to be carrying 2 activities. So I will click on this figurative language, and it is going to take me to the activity. Yeah, so this activity is telling me supposed to go for 1 hour. And the very, very first thing, I told you CS Fast is very friendly. Anyone can learn it, yeah? Why do I say? You do an activity and you watch it. So I will come here and I click on, I want to start my activity. So what comes here, it will tell you, it will tell the student, like now, there are this information that is giving me, teachers review the lesson plan and all that. But for the students, like now, I am a student now, I'll be watch this video, and then the students go to the next page. So it is very important. The videos are very short.
Hey, I'm Lynn, and I'm an account manager and global wellness lead for the Black Booklet Network. In this video, I'll give you a quick introduction to learning computer science through CS First. You can create stories, art, animation, websites, and music. Pretty much anything you can imagine with computer science. Computer science uses code. Code is just another way of saying instructions for the computer. There are a lot of ways to write code, but in this activity, you'll use a programming language called Scratch. Scratch is a great way to learn code. For this activity, you'll use code to learn about and explore figurative language. Figurative language is when you use a word or phrase in an interesting or exaggerated way. The words you use figuratively are familiar, but their meaning is different than you might expect. Figurative language helps you emphasize or describe things creatively. In this activity, we'll explore 5 types of figurative language: metaphors, similes, personification, hyperbole, and idioms. Metaphors compare 2 different things that have something in common. You might say, my friend is a ray of sunshine. Your friend is not actually a ray of sunshine. The words mean your friend is a nice, happy person.
Yeah.
A simile also compares 2 things, but it uses the words like or as. I swim like a fish means I swim really well. Personification gives an animal or object human qualities or abilities. When you say, my feet complained after walking all day, you don't mean your feet talk to you. This is just a creative way to say your feet hurt. Hyperbole is an exaggeration. It makes something sound bigger, better, or more dramatic than it actually is. Someone using hyperbole might say they waited forever to show that they waited a long time. Idioms are phrases that mean something different from the actual word. When you say someone is in hot water, it means that they are in trouble, not that they are soaking in water. In this activity, you will choose a starter project with a piece of figurative language, or your teacher will assign one to you. Then, you'll use code to show what the figurative language seems to mean and what it really means. Let's get started. Move on to the next video to begin coding.
Yeah, so I think we will not watch all the videos, but you can now see what I was trying to tell you, that CS is very friendly. So what I will do, I will click next. So when you click on next here, you'll find that now I really, it is around, it will be telling us the figurative language, what we are supposed to be doing. But we want to go to the real act, what we are supposed to be doing. So because of time, we are not going to watch the entire video, but it is advisable. if it is a student, remember I'm just demonstrating what a student is supposed to be doing. If it's a student, the students should be able to choose, to watch the video and really understand what they are supposed to be doing. So you can either decide here, we have been told there are 5 here, so you can decide which one you really want to use. Like for me, if I, like for my case, maybe I may go for the similes. Yeah, so I'll click on this link and it will automatically open for me the Scratch. Now it's opening for me the program that I'm supposed to be coding. So if I have a student who is, or maybe if I have I'm calling you student, yet you're not student, but please, you can also try, because at the end of the day, we will also go back and really see if we are able to do this. So what this is what they're trying to say. Like now, this is the language. I've said I'm using similes. So you'll find that there are 2 sprites already here. So I have to sign in here. And this is very important for the students when you tell them. You don't just continue with the project. Remember, they have not, initially they had signed it into the CS. But now it is very important for them to come in and sign here again. Yeah, and it's already telling me, telling me, I don't know, let me check. I have to go back and check if that was my real my username. So if you are really using, if you are really working with me, make sure that you are using the right username. So you are finding this is not my username that I had already indicated. So I want this to go to my username, which is CS 52 36 73 8. Yeah, so this work, and then I will change also my password. Sorry, what has happened? No, I don't want that. I want CS. Let me get it the right way. CS 52 36 73 and then 8, and then I come here and get the right password. And my password I can remember was 28 waterfall. It was 28 waterfalls. So if it is in, it will automatically, if it's the right one, incorrect, let me check, maybe it's the password. Just a minute, I really want to check. Maybe I think I'm typing in an uppercase. Okay, let me just clear everything. 28 waterfall. Yes, you see now it is asking me, do you want to sign? I will say save it. So you see now here, it is me working on it. So what takes place is like I want to use similes and I really want to show you how it works. So these are the codes. And this is how the CS first work. So what you do, you will be able to do all those activities. So once you have done this, you will be able to, first what I'll have to do, I will have to program. These are what we term as sprites. You can see them here. Yes?
Excuse me, Clarice, each time you change to a new tab, you have to share. Yeah. So I have to enable you again.
Okay. Okay, enable me, please.
Try to share again.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can share again now. Each time you move to another.
Okay?
try to share again.
Yeah, it's the one there now. Allow me now. I've shared the right tab. I've shared the right tab. Please allow me, Fred. Just click on my screen.
Try share again.
It's on the backstage, Fred.
Yeah, what did you?
Yes, you have added me. Click on the my share. The screen that I'm talking about is already on the backstage. The tab for Scratch is on the backstage.
Yeah, that's what I've done, but I'm not seeing why you're not able to
You have
share.
not
Have you tried to share
clicked
your
on
screen?
it. Yeah,
Yeah, I've done that.
I'm seeing it there. It's on the backstage still. Oh, yes.
Have you tried to share again your screen?
Okay, let me stop sharing it then. I've shared it.
Yes. No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Fred. So I was just trying to show you the interface of the Scratch, what we are doing from where we left. So here comes in what we are dealing with now. So these are the two. Remember we said we are just playing around with the blocks. So these are the blocks, and there's this sprite here. We have a sprite. So this sprite is what when you want to program it, and you are always allowed to change it. So I will now say, like, I want to program this particular sprite. So I will click on this particular sprite. Maybe I want to change the sprite, or I want to add another sprite. I will come here and maybe I delete the sprite and then I add. There's also another one here. There's one here if you really want to. This is another sprite. So what has happened? This sprite has always been programmed. So when someone says, what happens is like, let me just remove these blocks. I show you. how we do this programming part of it. Yeah, so you find that, or maybe I delete the sprite. I can just delete the sprite and I start from afresh. I delete also this particular sprite. Yeah. So you find I have no sprite. So, and I really want to do some programming part of it. So I'll need to add a sprite. So I will come here where you'll find it will be asking me to choose my sprite. So I will click. So you'll give it time, yeah? So the sprite that I want to work with, I really want to work with maybe people because, yeah, so I will say maybe I want to add maybe Belinda, or maybe I add, let me just add Abby. And when I click on add, you can now see Abby is already here. So I will be able to program Abby. I come again, I choose another new sprite. And I'm interested on two people because it's supposed to be something like a dialogue. And then from here, what I will do, I will come and say, maybe I want Abby to be talking to, let me check you. Let me go to people. Let me check who Abby can talk to. Maybe I take Appa. So, or maybe I take Jamie. Yeah. So you find I already have two sprites here. So these are the people that I really want to, we really want to do work with them. So for me to be able to, there's no coding that I've done now. For you to want to take, these are the codes that I'm going to use. I'm going to use motions. If I want them to move, I will use looks how I want them. I'll use sound if I want them to make sound. I will use event, what I want them when I click, what takes place. I'll use control structure and sensing, and I'll also use operator. So I will start by programming Abby, and I'll try to be a little bit faster. So what I will do, I will start by going to, I want Abby to say, so I make sure Abby is selected. If I want to program Abby, I will say, I'll click on Abby and make sure. If I want to program the other one, I will click on here to make sure that all the codes are made for this one. So currently I want to start with Abby, and I will come here and I will come and choose. I want Abby to say something. So when I come, I will come here and choose what I really want Abby to say by clicking on the looks. So I will click here by just dragging. That's why we were saying it is very easy. By just dragging, and I will remember we are using similes, or maybe I'll just for the purpose of time, I'll just code something here, what I really want Abby to do. So maybe I want Abby to say hello. So, and I really want to use an event in such a way that when I click Abby, Abby says an hello. I'll come here and I will check this particular code and I come and join it here. So Abby will say hello for 2 seconds. So you will realize immediately I click here, there's that word hello on Abby, and it comes, and who Abby is talking to, maybe Andra, let's say that is Peter. So I will come and click here, and I come and now I'm programming Peter. I want Peter to respond to Abby. So I will just come here and I will come and say, I'll come and Peter will say now hello to. Just allow me, I'll be a little bit faster. Peter will say hello to for 2 seconds. But I don't really want Peter and Abby to say at the same time, because if I take control here, this is something that you really have to take. If I take the controls here, not control events, the block event, you are going to realize immediately if I've joined them like that, immediately I click on the go, all of them are saying hello to. but this should be something like a dialog box. So Abby will say it first, and then Peter will have to wait for some seconds. And remember, Abby is saying it for 2 seconds. So automatically, Peter has to wait for more than 2 seconds. So I will come to the controls here, and I will come here for the wait. And I add and I indicate there. So maybe I say here, Peter to wait for around 4 seconds before speaking. So I will come and say, if I play it here by clicking go, you see that one say hello. And Peter comes and say hello too. So that is how it is. And we are going to use maybe after he has said that, we want to, maybe I get something like something else that he can say, Peter can talk about. We really want to get something that Peter can really talk about also, and Abby. So it is going to be like something like a conversation. That is the most important thing. We really want it to be like something like conversation. So the most important thing here that I will want you to know is that the time really matters a lot. The time, when we talk of the time, the timing matters a lot. That is now what will make your programming have some more meaning. Oh, I come here, I go to looks again, and then Abby I will come here. I can now say after 2 seconds, Abby will still talk, yes, but now Abby will say something and say, oh, how have you been, eh? Abby will talk of how have you been? Yes, and Peter, I come, no, this is Peter talking, sorry. Okay, let me just write here first. It's been great. Have been fine. Yeah, so this one, this is Peter talking, eh? Assuming, let me not play it first, assuming that Abby, you come and click here. You remember Abby is the one asking. So I will come here and I check here and I join Abby here. And Abby's here will ask, how have you been? How have you been? Yes, and remember, I will go back to Peter. And we did say, I'll come and click on Peter. We did say Peter has to wait. So remember here, there are 2 things that Peter is saying. Abby is saying hello, and then how have you been? That is 4 seconds. So it means they might say it together. So I will come and increase here. Maybe I'll put it to wait for 7 seconds. So when I play it, you will see that one talks of hello, how have you been? Yes, and you see Peter also responding. So that is how we can now use, we can now program the sprite. So because of time, let me tell you, I just want to see on, we can also add another sprite or another character. And when we add this character, we will be able to add some music. Like now, we really want the sprite to play some particular music. So it will force me to maybe add another sprite. So how do I do that one? I will add some, I'll just go and click when I want sound, because I really want some background music first. Yeah, so in this particular sound, I will choose which kind of music I want. So I'll check on this. Maybe to play for maybe 10 seconds, but I really have to get also control it. It cannot, you can say for how long to play, or maybe it repeats how many times, yeah? So maybe if I want it to repeat twice playing, I'll come and add that block inside there. So I will say it may be the effect, and I say maybe repeat twice. Yeah. So, and I also have to give it the event. I have to give the event when what happens, it does that. So when I click on this, I don't know if there is a, maybe I've not activated my sound, and I will, so you should be able to get that sound. Let me click on play. Yeah, so that is how we can also add some music background on it. Yeah, so that is what we now use. So maybe I will now go to the next, maybe on how to, maybe you want to change the what I really want to, after all that, maybe you want to change the scene, or what I mean by when I talk of the scene, maybe I want some background. What I'm supposed to be doing, I'll come here and I click on that. That is what we term as backdrop, which means the background. So we have several here. Maybe I'll want them. Maybe they were doing some indoors activities. I will choose the indoor activities. Yeah, so I choose the one that I really love. Maybe when they were making that, maybe they were in the room, they were somewhere here. Maybe I'll choose that, and I will add you see now. So you have seen how I've really added my background. So there are several ways that we can do this, and we'll be able to program them. We can even be able to add costumes. So when I talk of costume, maybe I'll just come and click on this. You'll have this. When I click on costumes here, currently I'm on Abby. So I can choose how I want Abby to be here. Maybe I want him to be on that move. I can choose it to be on that. I hope you are seeing. You can see all these. There are several of them. We cannot exhaust them on this particular point. So once I've chosen that, I can still come back on this. I click on Abby and I choose the costume I want Abby to behave. Yeah. And after that, you will be able to, I can go back to my codes. So you can really make stories by just adding these particular blocks. So maybe after Abby has said that, maybe we want Abby to wait for some particular time. After now, maybe he just want to maybe sometimes scare Peter. So he can just say, maybe he will come and take maybe control here, and we come and say, wait. Maybe we say after that, he will wait maybe for maybe let's say 6 seconds, and then he comes back and say another word. We are assuming he wants to scare. He will start by saying, yes. And then Abby, we are going to program Peter. Peter will now come here. When he says that, we remember we still have to control, so we really have to get time for those 2 seconds. For those 2 seconds, we say this one wait for 2 seconds. And Peter will ask what is happening. So I'll come here on looks and I add this. And I say, now I'm saying Peter will be asking, what is it? What is it, Abby? Yeah. And it takes 2 seconds. And then I come back to Abby. After that, what is it, Abby? Let me say, how long was Peter saying it? Yeah, maybe Peter was waiting for 2 seconds. So I will take control here and I will say Peter still to wait for. I will take this. I add the block here. I say Peter to wait maybe for also 2 seconds before Abby responds. And Abby, this is Abby. So Abby will also have to wait. I will check maybe 6 seconds. And Abby will now start scaring Peter like by saying, wow, it's dark at night. It's dark outside. By just saying, I think it's dark outside. Yeah, so that is it. So when I play it, you will now see how the sprites are working on. Yeah, so you see, he has already scared Abby, and now he has already scared Peter. So Peter will now maybe will be pretending to be worried. So I will come here. What will Peter now say? No. Peter will now say, oh, no, please. Yeah, so I will say now, I will now come and play for it for the last. And now you will be able to see how we use Scratch. You can come up with stories like now that one, Imobi, it was about language. And you have really seen how it is really interesting and how the students are able to work. And I want you to notice this. You will notice here, the dark one and the O has come at the same time because I didn't tell Peter to wait. Peter, I have to add some more seconds for Abby to finish talking. So maybe I'll add, say, 6 seconds. Let's now start playing it again. Yeah, so that is it. So the most important thing is now your student has already done this. And remember, in each and every particular video, you'll always be doing a particular object. So or you'll always be doing activity. You don't leave it at that time. For your work to go to the database for saving, you click where it's written remix here. Yeah, so when you click remix, you see where it was written remix, as it has already shown me that my project has been saved. So I can now, I'm at liberty to share it. So I'll click on share. Yeah, so once you have clicked on share, it will, there are all these things. You can now add some comment, what you want. Yeah, you can copy the link. Yeah, I can copy the link, so that when somebody wants it, I can always give you to go and check on what I did. So I've copied the link, and then maybe the student can really be able to leave some comment here. Maybe it was interesting. It was interesting. It was interesting using Scratch. Yeah, and then you post. Yeah, so once you are done that one automatically shows that you are done with your activity. So I will go here. Fred, allow me to share this so that I can we can now finish everything here. Allow me to share the screen, because from there, you really need now to fill the survey form. Allow me to share the right screen, Fred. Okay, so from there, you'll fill the survey form. From there, it will force you to fill the survey form, and that is it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gladys. I think you have some questions on, I'll maybe read the questions for you on YouTube and see or not to do, but so far so good.
Are they able, Fred, before you do that, are they able to see the survey form?
On the side, I think so. You can share your screen again.
Yeah, I've shared it. I've shared it. Yeah, so yeah, so that is the survey form. It is very important. You have to really like, did you enjoy the activity? The student will say, did you use blocks during that? And that you will be able to say only a little. So maybe it will depend with the student. Yeah, so this survey, when your teacher told you it's time to stop, did you keep the time? You will say yes. What was this your first time? If it's your first time, you'll say yes. Have you been? So this is just a survey form. Yeah, so you will be able to say, just answer the student. Allow the students to give their answer freely. Yeah, you'll say yes. Do you like coding? They will fill that one. When you have free time, do you like to do coding? Maybe somebody will say maybe yes, and then you'll choose your gender. If you are a girl, you'll say I am a girl, and then you will submit. Yeah, so once you have submitted, there's now what is called wrap up. And this one, we have already done it. We have already gone and I showed you how you are able to share your project. Yeah, so that one has shown us that we are done to do, but because we are done with what we are supposed to be doing today. So that is it. Now, Fred, you can I can stop sharing the screen, and you ask the questions now. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's a fantastic job you have done. So let me read the questions here. There's a one question. Is there a maximum number of students that the class can contain?
No, there's no maximum number of students. I'm saying, Fred, there's no maximum number of students. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, that's awesome. And then Solomon Randika is asking, what if you are a student but teaching your friends? Will you still sign in as a student?
Yes, that was there. You will just sign in as a student because for the purpose of progress part of it. Remember, it's only the teacher who can be able to see the progress of a student. And it's very important also for us to encourage them. That is what we really want, to build their confidence and also to make them to be more, building the confidence and giving them courage when they are teaching their fellow students. So they will be able to advise their fellow students on what to do, but still they will still have just the account of the students. Thank you, Solomon.
That is so far so good. And Gaming Mwamba is asking, is it possible to run 2 accounts?
To run 2 accounts, what do you mean? Because you can have even 3, depending on the classes that you have joined. What I believe, maybe you can be into 2 different activities, but I cannot say that I have 2 accounts now. That one I'll be impersonating myself in the other account. Like if you are a teacher, if that is a teacher asking, automatically you'll only have 1 Gmail account. But if you have 2 Gmail accounts, then you will be signing twice, meaning that this will be 2 different entities.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's the questions I've seen there. And hello, Clarice.
Hello.
Yes, I'm saying those are the questions which were there. And so far, it has been so nice. And I think we have covered on what was needed from Clarice. She was Jeddah. Speaking from London, she talked about the Chromebooks. We also did talk about the books, yes, Unplugged, and that is the 2 of them. And then we have also seen on how to Clarice Virginia Corrida has done so well to help us on the Google CS First platform. And this particular session was the dialogue. So I'm so happy for the I've shared all the links, the necessary links which are there. I also pinned up the Google form for your digital certificate. So we'll leave the form for 1 hour more before we close it. So it's pinned on the chat. And if you have any more other question, you let us know. So be free to join the Google Group Kenya. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also follow us on Twitter and others. But if you subscribe, is okay, and you can also find us the social media. So far, thank you so much for attending, and we hope that we will go and we'll be doing more sessions like this. So maybe I will present guys to maybe have one final word for us, and then maybe we can sign on.
Okay, thank you very much, Fred. Thank you very much, Fred, for even organizing this particular event, being that we know that we really have the mandate to encourage the students on how to be innovative. And one way of being innovative is maybe by introducing them to this particular Scratch, because it's something that they will be able to come up with a program or a project that will be able to impact on their life and also impact on the life of their peers. And also to the attendees, we don't take it for granted. We just have to say thank you for sparing your time to just come and listen to us. Thank you so much, and back to you, Fred.
Yeah, thank you so much. Jeda has to leave for personal reasons, but she has said she will be joining our more sessions, and we'll be doing more global collaborations. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.